Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're making what I consider to be one of the best shrimp recipes I've ever tasted. A dish that hails from the beautiful country of Morocco, which as you know, sits right below Spain, separated by just a sliver of the Mediterranean Sea. We're talking Moroccan saffron shrimp. And let me tell you, this dish has layer upon layer of so many amazing flavors. It's easy to make, where there's no tricky techniques or weird equipment needed. And the best part, it's all done in just 30 minutes. Folks, serve this dish next to a crunchy baguette and a bottle of Spanish red wine, more specifically from the region of Jumilla, as their bowl wines really stand up to dishes like this. You can have yourself a fabulous meal. All right, let's just jump right into this. I'm going to add in 2 cups of water into a saucepan, which is 480 milliliters. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and heat it with a high heat. In the meantime, let's start prepping our ingredients. I'm going to add in 1 cup of long grain rice into a fine sieve, which is 190 grams, and rinse the rice under some water until it starts running clear underneath, which takes about 1 minute. For this recipe, you can use whatever rice you like. Just make sure to check the rice package instructions. That way your liquid to rice ratios and your cooking times are right on the money. We'll also finely chop 2 medium-sized onions. I'm using typical yellow onions here, but you can also use red onions or even sweet onions. And roughly chop 5 cloves of garlic. Once the water comes to a boil in the saucepan, we'll add in the rice and gently mix it together. And then we'll place the lid on the saucepan and lower the fire to a low heat. And we're going to simmer this between 15 to 18 minutes until all the water's been absorbed and the rice is perfectly cooked. Once again, important to check the package instructions in the rice you're using. That way you get your cooking times right on the money. In the meantime, let's start cooking up the shrimp. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. Important to use the good stuff here. This is what flavors all the ingredients. Link where you can get the one I'm using in the description box below. After a couple minutes, we'll add in the chopped onion and garlic. And we'll mix the ingredients around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I like to mix this continuously, that way everything evenly sautés. After 6 to 8 minutes, and the onions are nice and translucent, let's add in our spice mix, which is what gives this dish that beautiful lift of flavors. I'm going to add in half a teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 1.25 grams, along with half a teaspoon of ground ginger, which is 1.5 grams, half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, which is 1 gram, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, which is a little over half a gram. We'll also pinch in a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Link where you can get the Spanish golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro, which is 8 grams. This is also known as coriander. And season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. Then we'll add in half a cup of vegetable broth, which is 120 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here, or even beef broth if you like. And we'll turn it up to a high heat, give it a gentle mix, and simmer it for a few minutes. While the broth is simmering, let's start prepping our shrimp. I'm going to add in 1 pound of raw jumbo shrimp over some paper towels. This is 450 grams, all in a single layer, and pat the shrimp completely dry. For this recipe, I'm using wild Argentinian red shrimp that I bought frozen and thawed out and already peeled and deveined, but you can use whatever shrimp you like. And then we'll season the shrimp with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper, and you just have to do this on one side. After simmering the broth for about 5 minutes, we'll add in the shrimp. And we'll give it a gentle mix, that way the shrimp are fully coated in all that goodness. Then we'll place the shrimp in a single layer, just as best as you can. And then we'll place the lid on the pan and lower the fire to a low medium heat. And we're going to simmer this between 3 or 4 minutes or until the shrimp are just cooked through. In the meantime, let's move back to the rice. After simmering it between 15 to 18 minutes and there's no water left, it should be perfectly cooked through. Once again, important to check the package instructions in the rice that you're using. At this point, I'm going to remove the lid and then the pan from the heat. And using a fork, we'll gently fluff the rice. This is to help separate the grains. And then we'll transfer some of the rice into a serving dish. After simmering the shrimp between 3 to 4 minutes and they're just cooked through, this is ready to go. I'm going to remove the lid and then the pan from the heat. And transfer some of the shrimp mixture over the rice. Then we'll squeeze some fresh lemon juice over the shrimp. And we'll top it off with some chopped cilantro. Check it out, our Moroccan saffron shrimp is done. Easy to make, beautiful restaurant quality presentation, and all done in just 30 minutes. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, Moroccan saffron shrimp. This I cannot wait to try, as the aromas in the kitchen are absolutely amazing. Here we go. Like I told you at the beginning, possibly one of the best shrimp dishes I've ever tasted. The shrimp are beautifully cooked. They just melt in your mouth. You have the onions, the garlic, and all those spices, giving it that power punch of flavors with the saffron really shining through. And then the rice rounds it out for the perfect balance of goodness. Easy to make, heart healthy. Give it a try at home. Once again, next to a crunchy baguette and a bottle of Spanish red wine from the beautiful region of Jumilla, you're gonna have yourself a fabulous meal. Real quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Colin Holloman, Robert Gerhardt, and Andrew Scotchmer. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.